Hello and welcome to F1.ws and the roundup of qualifying here in Ettlingen. Well, to sum up the day's event, or half day's event, I'm joined by Oisin OBriain from Red RC. Oisin, we had, well, theoretically 2 rounds today, but there was absolutely no action first thing this morning.
Yeah, this morning was pretty dead here due to overnight rain. The track didn't look that wet, but we saw a few earlier guys go out and they were on ice. And then later on we saw Gilles Groskamp go out, he did 3 laps and he said there was no grip whatsoever. But when looking at the track, it didn't actually look too bad.
And then of course what we had was the track slowly dried, everyone went out for the final round, and we saw some really good times in the lower heats, thinking, oh yeah, but whilst a few improved, we didn't get the massive improvement we thought we were going to get in Heat 4, did we?
Well, I think there was a few guys sort of middle of the pack were pulling out. They needed the run to get higher up. Everyone wants to be in the top 14 here. It's slightly different to previous years where it was top 4 was the aim. So a lot of guys used the final run knowing that they were pretty secure in the top 14 to test things for the finals. So for instance, Robert Peach, who was our top qualifier, he used the run to try large tyres, so he's, get some data for the finals.
That's a very good point, because without those 4 automatically going through, we have basically the top 14 really pretty much start as even. As you said, Robert Peach is the top qualifier. He did try some new things, so let's see how he feels about being top qualifier but still having to do a semi-final.
Yeah, it would be a pleasure if we have the top 4, but unfortunately we must do the semi, all the drivers. But anyway, it's good for us to TQ the first race with the new car. It's really good for us.
You've got to approach semi-finals, and it seems that what it's all about is tyres, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. In the last qualifying I tried really big tyres to check for the semi-final.
So behind Robert, and winner of the top heat in round 4 was Dirk Rzynecki. Sorry, Dirk. But he has, I'd say, looked probably the best of the weekend. He's just not had the luck running or the fuel time. I'd say he looks possibly quicker over a run than Robert.
Well, Dirk is a 200mm specialist. This is his class. A lot of the other drivers around him they do a lot of various classes, electric, and they do 8 scale on road as well. So this is Dirk's class, and he is the champion of 2009. He has TQ'd the last 2 European Championships, so you can't rule Dirk out. But Peach looks pretty good. I think it's between Peach and Dirk.
Well, that's our opinion on that one. Let's see if Dirk thinks he's only fighting one driver tomorrow.
Yeah, we will see. At the moment it looks like this, but there are also many other competitors that will play a role, and it's completely different. We have to run 45 minutes or first the semi with 20 minutes, and everything can change, so we will see.
How concerned are you about the semi and the tyre wear, and whether you'll be able to actually do a run without changing tyres?
Yeah, at the moment it looks like everybody have to change tyres in the final. For the semi it will be very close with the tyre wear, but it should be okay. For me it should be okay.
Well, we talked about the top 2. I was particularly impressed today with a good friend of ours, Ronald Volker, who after what could only be described as a nightmare meeting, managed to put a top 10 time together and show real car craft.
Yeah, so Ronald had a difficult first qualifier. He had an engine bearing problem, so he didn't get a good time there at all. And then in the second qualifier, he did a great time. He was actually 7th fastest, but the time was disallowed because his exhaust was slightly outside the 200mm width that is allowed.
We saw him in the third qualifier today, ice skating, and then a great one in the 4th one. We talked about the 3 drivers. Another touring car driver who's done well is Teemu Lino. He's put in some good times. My sort of semi-disappointment was Gilles Groskamp, who's gone backwards, it seems. The 16th qualifier in the quarters.
Yeah, Gilles is a former World Championship top qualifier, and yeah, we would have expected him to do better, but he just hasn't got it together yet. He struggled a little bit with engine on the low end. He said the top end is perfect, but he struggled a little bit at the low end, and it is pretty close here. It's not a very difficult track, so it's easy to lose time if everything isn't right.
Well, looking towards the finals, and it is a case really where, apart from the top 2, it looks like anyone else could win or get into the final. But the key thing, again, for different reasons, appears to be tyres, because there's tyre wear, and whether you can actually make a set of tyres last the semi-final, because you certainly can't the final. It's changing over, it's how big you can run them, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, tyre wear, I mean, we obviously had the issue of tyre sauce at the start of the event, but tyres has been the talking point all along, because some guys are really struggling. Even over the 7-minute qualifier, they're coming in with pretty low tyres. So, like, talking to the drivers after the final round of qualifying, a lot of them now are gone off to get their calculators out to work out tyre wear, and we will definitely see tyre changes in the finals.
Well, we'll be looking forward to seeing tyre changes and all the action from the semis and the final will be here tomorrow on F1 Thanks to Oisin. Thanks to you all for watching, because you know what you're going to get from me and the gang. And tune back tomorrow on F1 for the finals from Ettlingen.